That's from what? I was gonna say Final Fantasy.
Boo! Now I
No,
know.
it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Sure you do, bro.
I do.
Nope.
Fun stuff. Well, welcome to the podcast, everyone. Hideaway Gaming's podcast. All the greatest news in the world that
Yo.
is poorly brought to you
Yo.
about things we want to talk about.
Yo.
Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we really tried to report on news. I think we'd piss a lot of people off.
Report news?
If we actually reported news.
Yeah.
In our opinions. You know?
Oof. I was like, what the hell are they doing? It's like, take it away. What was that? Oh, Family Guy. Ellie.
Oh, you're talking about the weather guy?
The weather guy.
It was like Blackie Weatherman.
Ellie
It's gonna
Black
rain.
that show is so terrible. When it first came out, it was just like I don't know. It was different.
It definitely broke the mold.
It did, and then it just just got repetitive, and it just like I like how South Park make fun of them.
Yeah, that was an interesting time
because
it was
just
like
like,
2-3
just
episodes.
cutscenes. They're
Yeah.
all cutscenes.
Cutaways.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they came out with an episode that kind of made fun of themselves.
South Park did?
No, Family Guy did.
Oh, because he's aware of that, so he's always making fun of himself.
Yeah, it's
Which
kind
is,
of fun.
in my opinion, is a good thing. You know,
Yeah, the shit they would say, so many racist things. I'm just like, oh my goodness, what was that?
I made a little jingle by accident.
Well, there's a lot we could talk about today. Well, I guess let's start off with the biggest thing. We were supposed to cover it last week, but we didn't.
Yeah, sorry guys, we took a week off.
Don't say that. My wife's listening.
It's more that we tried to do it, but just we didn't like the way it came out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Booty.
crunch for time.
Super ban list for standard. It was insane. They got rid of. I'm looking it up now.
It was Teferi,
Yep.
Growth Spiral,
Yep.
Wilderness Reclamation. But I thought there was one more, but those are the three big key ones.
Oh no. The Cauldron Familiar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was such a weird one. Okay, so I get Teferi. All right. People just don't like not responding.
They've been wanting that forever.
Yeah, he's kind of broken, you know. Wilderness Reclamation, that's pretty stupid. Mm-hmm. It's a very stupid card. I mean, it even gets like super play in Commander, so like you can only imagine what it's doing in that format. But Growth Spiral.
That one
It's alright, but it was just the problem with standard right now. It is super pushed to blue green.
I get that.
Just blue green is taking up most of the power. Creep in the pie of color.
Yeah.
It's just like if you look at a chart, you can see it's nothing but blue green, and a lot of less love in white, and I would say black. Black would.
Well, especially with Cauldron Familiar gone.
See, and so I was gonna get to that. So, blue green, it's one blue, one green, instant speed, draw a card, lay a land.
That's powerful.
That's really good. Mm-hmm. And then, when I'm usually going against it on arena, I just kind of, if I have a counter spell, I just counter it. Because you'd be surprised how many people just keep like a two-lander, and then they just play that. They was like, oh, I got like two of them. I'll just draw a card and play a land, and if you just disrupt that, they're just like, oh, I'm a little slower than I was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. You get just for that 2 mana, you get a lot of value.
Yeah,
and I just don't know if it. Again, I don't play a lot of standard. I was playing a lot of arena for a bit. I don't know if Growth Spiral should have been banned in comparison to what else they banned.
Yeah, but they're not gonna ban the rest of this stuff, right? You know, they're not gonna get rid of Euro. That's their big boy right now. Yeah, that guy. They got, if they're gonna get rid of Teferi, they're not gonna get rid of Euro.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, that was like, it's bad enough that they got rid of Oko, which was their like Superboy, you know, and then they were like, oh, blue green, we really like those color combinations, and so then they were just like, well, we can't get rid of Euro. Well, what makes it fast? Oh, you know, this other stuff around it.
Yeah.
So we just, and the reality is that card is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty ridiculous and standard. I mean, turn 3, you draw a card, gain 3 life, lay a land. You're like, I'm ramping, offsetting aggro, and just drawing a card for the hell of it. And then the next turn, you can just play it again. No, you can't. You need the X amount of cards. They escape.
You're still talking about Euro, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it got really ridiculous because then you'd ramp. Growth Spiral would set you up really well for just like Euro into something ramp, you know, and then you just get like an Ugin turn 4 and turn 5. Then you Ugin out of M21, which is ridiculous. That was just, I don't know why they repented that card.
That's why
just to put it in Pioneer, just like, oh.
I'd say that I was wondering why it was printed. I liked the print. It was great.
Yeah.
It was needed for the card. You can only find it at Fate Reforged. Man.
Yeah, but that's a card that you could have just kicked into one of the like the mystery boosters or double masters.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
They would have been easily just put in there.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it's a good move because it's, what is it, 7 to play?
It's either 7 or 8. I want to say it's 7 for how easy the Nissa deck can get it out.
Yeah. So, but the whole thing is that then they also just put more ramp when they was like, oh, we're just gonna get rid of 1 and give you Cultivate.
Yeah.
The last time Cultivate was made was when the Titans were around.
Hugin's 8.
Yeah. So when the Titans were around, Cultivate was like fucking just blowing people out. You like play 2 Cultivates, and then you play either the Black Titan or the Green Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, Sun Titan was right behind it, but it wasn't made in that kind of deck. So it was always the Infernal Titan and then the Prime Time.
Yeah.
So Prime Time and the Infernal Titan were like the playable ones, and you just play into Prime Time, and you were just like kicking people's dick down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that was Prime Time like turn. No, was it turn 4?
You can easily get it out turn 4, and if you had your roll right with the start. And you had a bird, because Birds of Paradise was back in at the time.
Oh, that's right.
So you had Birds of Paradise, and then turn 2 you could play something.
They had the Elvish Mystics and shit like that. Damn, that sucked.
So
yeah,
and what made things kind of worse is that was coming out in a Phyrexian age where you had Birthing Pod and everything like that.
Yeah.
So Birthing Pod was great with Sun Titan to bring back Blade Splicer and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was nuts with Inferno Titan because you would make an Inferno Titan, deal 3 something at the end step. Next turn, you have that same Infernal Titan, then you make another Infernal Titan.
That was with the clone 2 mana one.
Yeah. Phantasmal Image.
That was stupid.
It was
because
stupid.
if you just like, if there was 2 in the graveyard, Sun Titan will get that one, trigger, turning him into a Sun Titan, getting the other one. So you have like 3 Sun Titans.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
It's crazy.
That was
Phantasmal Illusion. Because I'm pretty sure that came out when that Phantasmal deck was a thing.
Yeah.
And that was annoying as hell.
Oh, the illusion deck?
The illusion deck.
That mono blue one?
Because it had the 1/2 blue illusion dude that buffed all illusions.
Yeah.
And did something else for
the bears.
Yeah.
The little bears.
Yeah.
And then, I remember that deck.
It was annoying as shit.
It was kind of a glass cannon, though. It was like, it would just like beat you down or not beat you down. So that was kind of a weird thing. But so, getting off that, but going up the list, I still don't. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around Cauldron Familiar, and why that cat should have got the can.
When I was on Reddit, there was a lot of people who were super happy about that.
So I never felt like the cat was actually a really dangerous deck, because here's the thing: is there's enough graveyard hate. Like Scavenging Ooze is by far it's getting super played right now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the graveyard that gets hit, and Scavenging Ooze just gets bigger. And Scavenging Ooze can take care of cat anytime. So from these mono green decks I'm seeing, they're running like 3 or 4 Scavenging Oozes. So you're just like eating up the graveyard, and they'll basically just not do anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still don't feel like the cat would have been good. Like if you were to do something, it would probably be the
cauldron
the
itself.
cauldron. Yeah, the cauldron.
The witch's oven.
Witch's oven.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, I would have just got rid of that. That thing is really good.
I can
Like,
the only reason I can see it, if anything, is the fact that you can just sack it with the oven and no one can respond to it because it's part of the cost.
yeah, that's true. but
That's the only argument I can see really against it. But then again, I have a Mardu sack deck, and it was nuts to at least get 2 cats out, and I put out that brood moth, put that in there. So you sack the cat comes back, you still have a flying, sack it again, pay the food, get it back. Pretty nuts. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I don't think it need to be banned.
no, I think that the oven is worse. Because the cat can't do shit.
Yeah.
It needs the oven.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you just take the oven away, then the cat is just a dude that dies.
The only real thing you have is the Strider of Woe that has a sack outlet, but you don't have the food to bring it back.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So again, here goes Wizards. They're not getting rid of the real problem. Because I mean so I know this is non-standard talk, but one of our customers here, he runs Witch's Oven in one of his what's that green black commander? No, the other one, the one that says if you pay 2 life, it has like Grave Pact on it.
Oh, Savra, Queen of the Bulgarian.
Yep. So he has that Witch's Oven in there, and that
makes sense.
Annoying as hell. Like it's not the fact that he doesn't even. He probably does have a cat, but I've never seen it. But the problem is just like he's just consistently sacking things and making that Grave Pact ability and getting food tokens, like which if he gets in trouble, he'll just sack a bunch of foods to gain his life back, which is really crazy because the Witch's Oven works well with his commander because he can pay 2, gain 3 life, pay the 2 life, make everybody sack. And that's nuts. Yeah. But again, here we go again. We're not getting rid of the real problem to play really good Magic in Standard.
The enabler of the Witch's Oven.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, the real problem, I mean, Growth Spiral, again, it's not the real big problem. It's like what it goes into. Like if you think about, like Growth Spiral was played in that green-blue flash deck. Not great, not super cool, but at the same time, they just wanted it because it was an instant speed, and then they can pump up their dudes and do stuff at the end of your turn. So stuff like that, but not really anything crazy, you know, because if you think about Standard before the other stuff was coming into play, and then you can see, okay, this card was not that great until it met that one card. Yeah, that was in further sets. And again, I think we're going to still have the same problem with blue-green. It's just going to be nuts still. It's going to be unchecked because of Euro. And then, I don't know. I just don't feel like that was a good ban. Just get rid of Euro. I mean, maybe they're afraid of the backlash of just basically, because what is he up to right now?
It's like up to $40, $50 card. Yeah. Maybe even more.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that's holding that set together. I mean, Crocus is, what is it? Crocus. Yeah.
Which was used sometimes with the cat.
Yeah, but I mean that guy's pretty good.
Mm.
You know, I like how that guy started off super cheap, and then he just kind of like, oh, he's kind of good. Oh God, and he's really good.
Yeah. Euro's currently going for $40.
Ugh, whatever. Yeah. So,
But Teferi, that's to me that was my
Yeah.
problem because there's that deck I posted in the group where it talks about the rogues. I mean, you have the Flash chick that's 1 mana, and she's like a 1/2 or 2/1. Has Death Touch if there's certain amounts of cards in the graveyard, and then mills them 2. And that half the deck is Flash, and so Teferi was making that deck not playable. Teferi was making a lot of decks not playable. It was making a lot of cards not playable.
yeah. I mean, there's that blue green flash can kind of still make a comeback
It can, yeah.
for the next 2 months. And that blue black flash, which is still could be a deck on Arena right now.
I have one. I
yeah.
didn't play it because of Teferi.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. But other than that, I mean, the Wilderness Reclamation is definitely a no-brainer. Teferi seems to be a no-brainer, but the new blue one, it actually seems really, really good. Guys, I don't know why they keep making all these Teferis so broken. It's just like they were like so fear. They're like, oh, it made Jace. They technically made one good Jace, other than I guess two good ones.
The minor fact and fiction one was like a $15-$20 card during the whole Ravnica block. Because I was playing Control.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not
I think
great.
it's great.
The flip one is.
The flip one is, yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome
that
too.
one's really good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So they made 2 Jaces that would actually have a really good, strong, play value. The other one was okay, but it's like at $2, so it's like $1 or something. I don't know if it's because it's got reprinted a bunch of times.
You mean 3 mana Jace?
No, not barely.
Balarian. Jace Balarian.
Balarian.
It's funny when you say Balarian.
Balarian. But no, he's okay.
I guarantee you if he was printed today, people will probably play him.
It doesn't seem bad.
You could turn to him and just draw a card and then have that on the. I think it's. There's a reason why they called the Sculptin Tar Pit or whatever that card is the Jace Killer.
But that was for the Mind Sculptor, though.
Yeah, but still people play the other Jace too because when you tick it down, you just swing in it and you kill the Jace because people will always tick down the 3 mana Jace. So Jace comes out with three counters. You tick it down to go to 2. So you just sculpt. You do the Tar Pit, boom, and kill the Jace.
Yeah, the other one was mostly played for the other one though.
It doesn't kill the
Tar
Jace
Pit,
though.
The big Jace. Everybody brainstorm. Everybody. It starts off with 3.
Yeah, but Tar Pit is Tar Pit a 3/2 or 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just because you couldn't keep anything on the board. Consider Batterskull was out at the time, or Scaldron Hawks.
Oh, Callblade,
So
yeah.
So Callblade was with that. That's why they couldn't. He was just unblockable, and he would come in and kill.
That's
Jace.
right. Yeah.
So they couldn't block with the Batterskull or something. The baby Jace was just to keep big Jace away.
That's true.
Remember, because they only could have one Planeswalker with the same.
With the old rule.
Yeah, with the old rule.
Yep.
With the name Jace. So that kept the other one. That's the only real reason Baby Jace got played towards the end of the season. It's just because whoever got their Baby Jace out first can play their Mountain Sculptor. Or could not play their Mountain Sculptor.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so.
That's I remember now. That's the whole reason some people play that. The image of the copy cards was just to kill the walkers at the time. Oh my gosh. To think that was a time.
Yeah. That's how it kind of is right now. So I mean, I haven't seen standard like this bad for a while, where no one just didn't want to play anymore.
Well, it doesn't help. I mean, granted, I think I have thought that Teferi has been really annoying, and I'm like, man, just get rid of it. But they're banning too many cards.
Yeah, the ban list. I mean, how many cards on the ban list should be?
Granted, they're creating the problems when you make a card like Teferi, where you make it to where people can't play Magic on a Statica Planeswalker, for one.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jesus. I've never seen 10 cards like this.
That's what I'm saying. So back when Jace the Mind Sculptor got banned, that was before Innistrad, right? Mm-hmm. So in Innistrad, they never banned Snapcaster Mage, and they considered it one of the most busted cards that they printed. So
Okay, so Snapcaster was really good. I think Snapcaster was really good, but I can't remember, maybe just off my top of my head, I can't remember it being like super OP in Standard. In Legacy, you were playing the fuck out of it.
You snap back, what's the card? The Gain X Life and Draw X cards. You would play that.
I understand. That's the only thing that I can think in my head.
But that whole deck was just egregious, and it was like in 60-70% of decks that were winning.
Yeah.
And that's what they judged the Thopter from Kaladesh. That's the reason why they banned it. It's even in the article that when a deck has 60% of the top whatever and it's winning, that means there's a pattern and a problem. Standard's getting too stale, too stagnant. We need to mix it up, so we ban the cards. So now what that makes people do is make all these other decks when they're just so focused on playing that Thopter deck.
Yeah.
And they even said, "Oh, well, we fucked up on Jace. Like he's too powerful."
Yeah, but they've done it with a lot of cards.
But I'm saying that because that was their first card they banned in Standard. They banned that in Stoneforge.
Yeah.
I would have been just fine with Jace being banned and leaving Stoneforge in.
Yeah.
Personally, not saying it'd been a good choice not to, but
yeah,
because Callblade was a problem.
It was it was just you had two cards in a block that worked well with each other. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
It was nuts.
It was like the best friends.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah.
And for flavor, it was just cool thing.
It's like SpongeBob and Patrick. They're just like, yeah, it was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, Standard, man, I don't know. That's Standard has always got a really good place in my heart. I love Standard. Some people argue saying that it's just a money sink. But it's hard to say that because here's the problem. I think a lot of players don't make wise choices, and they're really impatient. So when you are making a deck, you kind of got to stick with it. Stick with it for a month or two and just like figure it out. Like really figure it out. It's like I always feel like if you have like 40 to 50% win rate against your matches, so you might want to reconsider a deck. Always trade stuff. Buy singles if you don't want to buy packs. I don't know. So your plasma. I don't know shit. I mean, ask grandma for some money. Say, hey, Nani, give me some money.
Nani?
I don't know.
Are we saying weeaboo language? Nani? What?
No, not Nani. Is it Nani?
Nana?
Noni.
Nana?
Noni?
Noni?
Noni.
Okay, I'm confused. Is Noni the like grandma word?
I think so.
Okay.
Something. Noni. I'm taking it from my wife's family.
Okay.
They call her Noni. I don't know why. I think it's called something else. It's not Noni. It's just the kids say they all call her Noni, but it's actually Noni. I don't know.
Someone email us and correct us on this.
Yes, it's some Italian name that for grandma, but I don't think that's what it was.
I call my grandma Meemaw. I know it's some different language one too. But
I don't know. They just call them. I never heard of the damn name until I got married to this woman. So it's like, so I don't even know. All right, but yeah. That's Standard for you. Well, when this rotation happens, the only cards that are going to be left in, though, on the ban list is the Familiar, Fire of Vengeance, which I thought that should have been banned a long time ago. When they previewed that card, I was like, that card is a problem.
It is, yeah.
It was like, it's ridiculous. You have a set before that that's just jammed out Planeswalkers.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I could just play these for free and just do abilities. And then what really broke it was like Kendra. God, guy was stupid. Because all he did was just like, I play it for free. I got all these. I have opened a mana to do all these abilities. And you're like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So,
and then when you have Jeskai super friends with that, is
yeah,
really annoying.
That got annoying.
Oh,
That
man.
was stupid. But yeah, I mean, Summer of the Veil, again. Well, no, that Once Upon a Time, Oko, and Fire Vengeance, and Familiar. Those are going to be the ones still on the ban list once that rotates. But yeah, and then they did also a ban for Pioneer, the Inverter of Truth.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that took some decks down.
So many people are
Inverter.
returning to Pioneer just because of that.
Yeah, man, I could see that. I'm not big into Pioneer. I should probably, but somebody said the Hidden Hand. What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know enough. Kethis, the Hidden
Kethis?
Hand. It's where your legendary spells are one
Yeah.
less. Yeah.
I don't know. He said he didn't understand why that got banned, considering that he says he's watched a bunch of matches in Pioneer, and he said that wasn't even a huge deck in that format.
Interesting, then.
So yeah, and then I get why the Walking Ballista got banned, considered with Hylia, that's infinite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Underworld Breach, another broken ass card. Yeah, I saw that. I had the privilege of seeing somebody break that card in Commander like 2 weeks ago. That was fun. He just played all this shit. He had Lion's Eye Diamond and just like, I'm just gonna play everything. I'm like, well, he had the Waste Knot enchantment out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh no, not the Waste Knot. The Witch one.
the
Witch.
same thing, but it's on the Witch.
It's on the Witch.
Yeah.
And then you kept playing Windfalls. Or not Windfalls. Winds of Change.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody discards, draw
Yep.
that many. But he was the only one getting all the benefits from the discarding.
Oh.
Because he'd get dudes, he'd get blank mana, and then he'll replay. He'll like basically pretty much escape again.
Yeah.
The Lion's Eye Diamond.
Oh, jeez.
And just get like red and just like, oh, I'm just gonna hit you guys in the face with a lot of mana. Good job. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are your predictions for Standard so far?
I've always liked, and I'll still say it, I really like that Gargonath do whatever his name is from Core Set 21. He's the green mythic. Whenever he attacks, you like gain life, draw a card, or make a 3/3 beast. And so he's like 5/5. He's got like Vision's Reach and something else.
Yeah.
I put him in Cathrall just for those 3 keywords, and if he happens to attack, great. But I feel like that creature that not only can you attack and hold a blocker back, but you get that value back. Because I'm either I make a 3/3 to be aggressive or get a draw card. I think anything with flash now, besides the blue green, so like there's that black blue one you were talking about earlier. That black blue flash. The entire deck is flash, and then there's the black blue rogue deck that's being showcased on TCG Player, which I think is a cool deck. And I'm not a fan of Mill, but
Really?
I'd play it.
I never seen that.
What's that? The deck?
The black blue deck you talking
Yeah, you
about.
play, or it's black, blue, red. You play Robber the Rich. You play the new
okay.
Thieves Guild Enforcer. You play the Flash thing where it's whenever you play a Flash card, you like draw a card or something like that. It's the new uncommon from Ikoria, or it can't be countered. That's what it is.
yeah.
So you're just flashing in mainly the Thieves Guild Enforcer, and then anytime you play a Rogue, someone has to mill 2 cards,
Yeah.
and then you're playing Brazen Borrower,
Ha,
which
it's
is
a rogue.
it's a Rogue, yeah.
Fairy rogue.
So you have all this value in these 3 colors with you have access to blue magic and red and burn and getting rid of stuff with a board. That's a solid deck. I mean,
Yeah.
you have two win cons: the mill or just smack it in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
I like it. But yeah, the decks that I've seen is like the Sultai Ramp, Tamir Adventures. Mono Red is always going to be there. Just kind of.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
you're right. The adventure deck with the innkeepers getting a lot more spotlight now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a deck. It was just too slow.
Yeah.
Everything was just like it
Teferi's
just
like-
outplays it.
Teferi just didn't care.
Yeah,
Play whatever you want.
I don't
Boom.
know if Teferi was.
The deck itself was pretty powerful against it, but Teferi really helped.
I can't see. The only thing is like I can't see why Teferi really hurt that deck. I just think maybe it just got drowned out. Yeah, because I'm looking at the list. There's absolutely nothing in there.
Isn't there a lot of adventures that have instant in that?
Nope, I'm looking at it right now. Well, maybe no. Fey Wishes is sorcery. Bone Crusher Giant.
That
Maybe?
dude is so good.
I
I could be wrong though. I thought I had some instant
Pro-
stuff.
Brazen Power, 4 of those. Not really, man. Nothing in there. Because this deck list that I'm seeing right now, it's just it says 4 Edgewall Keepers, 4 Fey Wishes.
Oh wait, you
Bone-
said teamer, didn't you? That's the
Yeah, the
red,
two
blue,
min-
green. Oh, I kept thinking black with
No.
the what's it called? The kills a creature planeswalker.
Oh, I mean, I could see that. That makes sense because you can't respond. I see there's Mardu. It's not really in a high percent. It doesn't. These numbers are weird. Don't know why.
Where are you looking?
Just MTG Goldfish. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it just. I don't see. The percentage of the meta seems really off right now. The monogreams. Is it monogream Stompy? Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a real.
It's
good
really
one.
good. I don't know if there people gonna run the Stone Coil Serpent anymore. It was mostly for Teferi.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can do like against Euro, but it's a Stompy deck, so you just basically outpace it anyways, just with better creatures. Yeah, see, this one runs like 3 Scavenging Ooze.
Sultai. There's a Sultai ramp that's really taken that the recent Red Bull thing. The top 4 was Sultai ramp
Yeah, that's Sultai Ramp. I see that.
because that stupid new Teferi.
Yeah, he is in there. They run 2 of them.
He's $32 still.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross. The Hydrocrasis is. I just don't get how.
That card is still really good.
Yeah, it is. But here's the funny thing. I never get why Narset just got pushed to the side. I'm looking at this and I don't see a single blue-white control. I think it still could be a deck. But I could be wrong. I mean, why would it not be a deck?
I mean, when you take out a staple like that, the whole thing can fall apart, and some people are just like, well, if Teferi's banned, I don't want to play it then.
Yeah, but you can do. There's so much with the other stuff. Teferi can. I mean, you can run the new Teferi, and then you don't always have to fight for the Narset 3rd place. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your 3rd place can always be Narset, not Teferi, because Narset by itself is really, really good. Especially if you go against Euro, they're just gonna play it, and then you're just gonna like, oh, they don't draw the card, but you gain 3 life. You can play a land. It just doesn't feel good. You know, but again, I don't know.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Don't we have a lot of, I could be wrong, undiscovered paradises
What the hell's that? No.
from Visions?
No.
You see that shooting up?
Yeah.
It's $20 now.
Yeah.
It's gone up almost over 200%.
You know
its base
how
price.
we sold them? We sold that stack that we had, like, the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's depressing.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Because I had that. Remember, I told you I bought into a lot of that Visions, Mirage, Tempest, and like Stronghold and Exodus when I first started playing Magic, and I just had stacks of these random fucking cards, and they were just like nothing, and now they're just like random, like streamers, these MTG just like channels. They'll do these commander specials, and then one guy gets to play it, and he's like, "Oh, well, that's such a great good card. Let's buy it all before it goes up," and then it just goes up, and that's where basically it's just a mass buyout. People are just buying it for no reason. But there's gonna be a second wave of like, "Oh yeah, we do have these cards. They're just sitting back here. I'm gonna put them online."
Yeah.
The number's just gonna go down. It's not that great. It's okay. Like it comes. I mean, at the end of turn, you have to bounce it in your hand, but it's whatever.
Then there's this that came out of, I don't know which deck, but it's one of the 2019 decks. The Retrofitter Foundry.
The what?
It's that card that makes it to where you can, for 3 untap Retrofitter Foundry, 2 tap, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact, 1 tap, sacrifice that servo, and you create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact.
Oh, the commander.
So
she was in that deck.
So
Commander deck a while back.
It started off like at like $8, and now it just spiked because it's being played in blue black ninjas, because that blue black ninja deck plays Ornithopter, and all you have to do is pay for 1 on first turn, and you have a 4/4 construct artifact, because all it says is tap, sacrifice a Thopter, and make a 4/4.
Oh, really?
So not only that, but that O2 sneaks in, and it doesn't have to do damage, it just has to attack unblocked. It's an O2 flyer on turn 0. And if in Legacy, you can have 2 mana, you just sneak Yuriko in
Oh.
on turn 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's gone up too. I didn't even know this was a card, City of Shadows.
Yeah.
That's $130. It's gone up 500% in the past few days. That's nuts.
It doesn't even do much, does
You
it?
sacrifice a creature, but instead sacking it, you exile it, and then you put a counter on the city, and then you tap it and add X colorless mana for how many counters you have on there.
Ah. Nice.
And then the next one that kind of got a buff was Muxus.
How much is he?
How much is that card?
Yeah.
It's up to $130.
Isn't it out of the Homelands or
Dark.
something? Oh,
The Dark.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And the last card to get a big buff was Muxus Goblin Grandee. Well, it's kind of sitting where it was on release, but to still be steady is pretty good. It's the one goblin that's on the throne like this from Jumpstart.
That Jumpstart is still pricey. I want to get some more of those Phyrexian lands, but Jesus, I'm not paying the 48. I think it's like 48, almost $50. Look it up.
The Phyrexian lands?
The Phyrexian land, the swamp.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on.
Someone pulled it, didn't they?
I got one. I got a Jumpstart pack and shield. I got the shield. I got the Phyrexian pack, but 2 of our customers, they got one each, and I was like, man, I really wanted it before it shot up.
Did you see what the most expensive card is out of Jumpstart right now?
That Shepherd.
It's that damn Shepherd. It's like
We already sold
$72.
it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Tiny Bones is still up there too.
yeah. Bill Birthing Pod sniped us. He's like, "Do I got stool credit?" I was like, "Yeah." Oh, let me check. And I check, and I'm like, doop 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 doop.
Computer
fuck.
glitch. Erased.
I was like, yeah, man, you got it. I do? It's like, yeah, man. Here, take your card.
We love you, Bill.
Like, kiss my ass.
Yeah, that swamp is marketplace $20. That's
It's
nuts.
20?
It's $20. Is
Yeah.
there any way to get a foil at?
No, it only comes. I love that card. I need it a lot.
That's really cool.
I'm just waiting for them to finally pump out the Jumpstart. And so when it does, that land's going to go like $3 or $4. And I'm like, all right, I'll buy a bunch.
That's nuts. I
love it. It's so cool.
I didn't even think it would even get that high.
Now, they should have made more like that with the Phyrexian letters.
Well,
That's pretty good.
I would think it would go down because Wizards said it's not a limited print run. It's a reoccurring buy it when you want it when you're out of stock product.
Oh, well, they're a bunch of fucking filthy liars.
All right, I have to apologize. We love you, Wizards. Please give us free stuff.
They ain't gonna give a shit.
Or you can give us money and we'll talk about your stuff
In a positive light.
in a
And not call
professional
you
manner.
a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
maybe we're like, this video is brought to you by Wizards Snickers bars. Get a free promo code.
Hey, wait. Go back. Snickers, if you're hearing this,
Sponsor us.
sponsor us. We'll take candy bars. Big
You know-
ones,
They say you really.
little fun-sized bites.
They really say you start to lose it when you sell out, but
They're so delicious.
They're just packed full of nuts.
In my mouth.
So many nuts.
Nom, 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 nom. All right. Moving on.
Play the feud.
Yep. Yeah. I want more of those Phyrexian swamplands for sure. Don't really give a shit about Sheoldred. I was like, just give me that land, bro.
Oh, people! I'm gonna call it right now. People need to buy Luca's and they need to buy Liliana's Waker of the Dead right now. Why? They're at their lowest.
Luca is the blinky guy, right?
He's the 2 Emrakuls in a trench coat. Changed my mind.
Wait, what?
The joke about Luca is he's like he's Emrakul in a trench coat. Changed my mind.
What joke are you the fuck on?
That's the meme about Luca in not standard is you play a whatever creature and then you put Emrakul in the deck and you -2 and you just get Emrakul out for free.
Oh, Luca.
Luca!
What was I thinking? Who's that bird serpent?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
The companion guy. The blue-white one. Oh, his name's Yorick.
Yorion.
Yorick.
Or it's Yorick.
Whatever, man.
That sounds like Luca. You're right. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's L and a Y. 2 different fucking letters, man. On the opposite directions of the alphabets. One's in the middle and one's at the very end.
Someone please
Kinda
save me
makes,
from my depression
yeah.
with this, please.
Yes. Continue.
Never mind about
Luca. Yeah. The Red Plains
Luca.
Planeswalker.
Luca and Liliana. I think they're
Yeah.
the fact that Luca is as cheap as it is right now.
How much is he?
He's $5.50.
Shit.
Liliana is $5.18.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She is good.
Like I could see a red, black, maybe a green. Fuck it, throw green in there. That's how strong it is. You want to make a good deck in standard? Just fucking run green. Just put green in and anything. And you'll just be winning and shit all the time. Make like a red, green, black.
Duress is in standard right now, right?
The rest?
Yeah, Duress is, right?
I think so.
You just run that with Thought Erasure and just pull apart their hand.
Dot erasure.
And you look at their hand and pull a card out.
Yeah, that's good.
And then with Duress and then with
Oh, it's got
Liliana, just
Seville.
keep discarding their hand.
Serville.
I mean, there was that discard deck going on Arena for a longest time where that's played with that Black Planeswalker that's an uncommon. If they have 2 or less cards in hand, they take damage.
Sound like Max. That's like a Max deck. It's like, I just make you do this card. I'll say, oh, that's fun. I guess I'll be in talk deck mode, but once I get that fucking card, I'm gonna wreck your life. But
We should start seeing Zendikar spoilers, shouldn't we, soon?
blah.
How's that blah?
Man, I don't know, man. I hate that fucking planes. It's
Well,
bullshit.
There's no Eldrazi on it, so that's good.
Still horseshit. Horseshit. Big horseshit shit.
But what if they print the fetch lands?
They said they weren't. Somebody was. I think I was arguing with Cameron. He's like, they're gonna put it in there. That's how he sounded like. I don't know. Don't blame me. Why are you looking at me?
Cameron, if you're listening to this, you gotta fight him.
Please don't.
Wizards can do
Again.
whatever the fuck they want. If they could say, no, we won't even put the dual lands in and then put the dual lands in. I'm speaking quotations because it's on the reserve list, I know, but still, they can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. They can say one thing and then boom.
Yeah, just pay people off.
Surprise!
Boom, boom, boom,
Here's
boom,
the
boom.
fetches, which they need to reprint. Again, reprint the fetches, you cowards.
Cowards. I call you out, bitches.
Even if it's on the list of the whatever cards they're going to put in with the new boosters.
You know what? I think, yeah, that's what I literally was going to say that. I think they're going to be in that
The list?
300 cards on the list.
Yeah.
And they're going to be a part of that. That's why I upped our pre-order on that. I was like, not going to take the chance with this. So, boop.
Well, it's everyone loves Zendikar. They're going back to it because when they went back to their second Zendikar, that was the most profitable Magic set they've had.
What, the second one?
The second one, Mark Rosewater said that was the most profitable attentive Magic set that was bought.
That was that's a lie.
I'm just telling
Mark
you what
Rosewater, he's drunk.
when he announced
Fucking idiot.
when they announced just the next product in the next year or two, and when it was Zendikar, that's
Battle
the
of
reason.
Zendikar was god awful. It was just terrible.
I wasn't a
It
big
was
fan.
Really bad. It was really bad. It was terrible. The first Zendikar
It
was
was
pretty
amazing.
legit.
That
Yeah, it was good.
it was.
I liked it.
It was back when they were normal. They had the 3 sets per block, and I was like, okay, there's only one set with Eldrazi. That's fine,
With Battle of Zendikar, I only had two sets.
Battle of Zendikar had just the one, I thought.
Really?
Remember, they went back to that stupid model where they're just like, we're just making the one set, and that tells a story. Here's your fall set. Oh, here's winter set. Up your butt, Ravnica's one time, and then they just go to a next plane. That's it. So then when they revisited the whole Ravnica thing, they made that a 3-part block.
And then they went back again to ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
They Wizards loves Ravnica. It's so obsessed. Just can't get enough of it.
I like it, but not to the point.
I think it's just because of the multicolor. They were just like Magic players love multicolor
Yeah.
as much as they want. They're just like yeah. I think it's just the
See, I didn't get that though when they do. It was Battle for Zendikar. I don't know what set came after that, but then they go to back to Innistrad.
I think it was Kaladesh. Had to be that after that, right? Oh no. Was it it wasn't that. It was Edric Moon.
Well, Shadows over Innistrad was before Eldritch Moon.
Was it?
Yes.
Maybe it was Shadows.
But that's what I'm getting at. They're like, let's make this a two block set or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
They did that with Dominaria.
That was one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
Dominaria and Exelon got 1 and 2. So they did almost the same thing. I mean, Exelon was weird.
well, they changed the structure of their set releases twice. They went from the normal 3 sets per block, and then they changed it again where they said they had seasonal sets. Then they went kind of back, announcing something, and then they secretly went back.
Well, when they announced Dominaria, I was like, oh, shit, we're going back. And then it was like, nah, it's just one set. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, that's where all the broken shit came from. It was just like, yeah, we want to talk about Urza and his homies on the Weatherlight. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of good shit on that Weatherlight. I mean, just think of some of the baddest motherfuckers came from that Weatherlight, like Karn. And then we got Gerard, which died a bunch of times.
See, here you go.
He's a clone.
Khans was the last block to have 3 sets. And
Yep.
then Magic Origins came out. Then Battle for Zendikar, BFZ.
Okay.
That was it. and then Oath of the Gatewatch. I'm sorry.
Oh,
so that's when they.
right.
So,
We're a
but
bunch of idiots.
But here's the thing, though.
We don't know shit
It's
about
still-
Magic.
It still goes back to the point, though, that they
Two.
lessen the sets, right?
The twos.
So then you go to Innistrad, Eldritch Moon,
Yup.
and then you went to Kaladesh, and there's two Kaladesh. Aether Revolt,
And then
Amonkhet,
and-
Our Devastation,
Yeah.
Ixalan, and then the Rivals of Ixalan. Okay? But then it goes to Dominaria.
that was one
Core set 2019, and then it goes back to the guild set and goes to 3 sets for that block.
yeah.
And then you go to Throne Eldraine, and everyone was thinking and thought,
A second one.
everyone did.
Yeah.
They're like, what's the story
we're
here?
going back to Theros.
Yeah.
So, ugh.
And then people really lost their shit because they were like, wait, there's only one block to Theros? And then everyone was messaging Mark Rosewater on his Tumblr page saying, is more of the story going to be explained?
Nope. No.
He said kinda through the cards and stuff like in the flavor text. Look at the
Who
thing
the
with
fucking reading that shit?
look at the thing with
I stopped
Elspeth.
reading that shit when I was I don't know, when did I stop reading that stuff?
No, I don't know. That's
I used to
something.
read it. I'm not gonna lie. They were really cool stuff. I was like, oh man, this is very poetic.
Oh, I got a lot. You told me a lot of this stuff, and I filled me in on the story about it.
Yeah.
But my problem with that Theros is the Phyrexian oil's in it.
That's right.
The
Wait,
spear's
what?
dipped in it.
Oh, that's right.
So Ashiok knows about the Phyrexian. She planeswalked away to what everyone's thinking is the Phyrexian plane.
why
but
would
the
she
thing,
go there?
because she's all about she or he. The gender is not revealed. I should make sure I say that. The thing is, though, he found out
The creature.
the nightmare that Elspeth has. And if you look at Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and in the stone tablets that are in some of the artwork, there's a Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yeah.
Because that's what almost killed her or something like that on her home plane or whatever.
So is she from Dominaria?
I cannot remember.
She's from
no,
somewhere.
she's from... all I know is she'd spent a lot of time on the Shard of Alara on Bant. I know that for sure.
But but when she was there was an old trailer from a long time ago when Shards of Alara came out. They talked about her backstory. When she blinked away, she was a kid. There was only like two of them only did it when they were a kid. It was Chandra and her.
Yeah, she's from... Now remember, she's from an unknown plane that was dominated by Phyrexians because
There's not that many planes that were dominating.
That's why last I knew her plane was not given out, and I'm even looking right here.
I think Mercadia.
Says Elspeth Terrell is a planeswalker from an unknown plane dominated by Phyrexians, and then she planeswalked. If I recall, she planeswalked away to Bant, and she became a knight there and everything like that. And then that's how her planeswalker spark ignited because a Phyrexian Obliterator was like about to kill her or something. So that's why in the Elspeth Conqueror's Death you see that, but they don't expand on it. None of that. So Ashiok found that out through her fear because that planeswalker feeds off nightmares. And so everyone's thinking that planeswalker Ashiok is now going to Phyrexia. New Phyrexia, should I say.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to be a shit show. But hey, man, I love me some Phyrexians.
Mark Rosewater said they would revisit Phyrexian mana, even though it's 9 on the Storm scale.
It can't be that broken. They're just not going to make it with good stuff. They're just like, we'll just make it super costly and the Phyrexian mana to like kind of be there.
He said they would have to approach it in a different way to where it's not busted.
Just make it bigger casting costs. So something that should be like 5, it'll be like 8, but 3 of it would be Phyrexian mana, and then the actual stuff would be like actual, 5 mana. So it's always going to be a 5, but you just got to pay that life.
Oh, Wizards has said that Ashiok is male, but the original artist intended for Ashiok to be genderless.
Oh. Doesn't really matter.
Just a side Google thing
Side
here that popped
piece. Google.
Well, nonetheless, my point is, like what we were talking about, they do that too much. I just wish they would set on, if anything, 2 sets per block. I would have loved to learn more about Throne of Eldraine.
Yeah,
it was
man.
nothing about the core concept of Magic. It had nothing to do with the Gatewatch or anything like that. It was Guruk being freed of the curse, and Rowan had something to do with it. Or if that's the red, yeah, it's the red Planeswalker. And something with the court and the thrones and stuff like that. But it had nothing to do with the core story of what's going on with Magic and the
Yeah.
Titans and the Spark.
It should have that one should have the Throne of Eldraine should have been like a 2 block.
Yeah.
There should have been more to that story.
I would have loved to see more adventure cards.
I mean, you had Kindrith. Why was he on? Why is Oko the thief?
Yeah.
You know, there's so much to play on.
Yeah.
So,
and you're asking that from the point of, like, you know, you might not pay attention to the flavor of the cards or anything. You just want to know the story of it and just be told it.
I think Wizards, they should pay more attention to that, because here's the thing is, if you're gonna sell the theme and then do all this like crazy stuff with it, introduce all these different characters, so you make a bunch of legendary creatures with no backstory.
Yeah.
I mean, just give them a little bit. You know, it doesn't really have to be crazy. I mean, there could be I genuinely feel like most Magic players kind of like that stuff, though. You know,
I love it.
Yeah, it's just because if you really think about it, like, anyone could just play a Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. But if the reason Yu-Gi-Oh sucks so much because it's not really themed and it doesn't have any story. You don't know where the fuck's going on.
You're gonna make some enemies, possibly.
I'm just saying they're stinky. But going back to the Magic thing, no, man, I enjoyed it back then. I mean, I still got a bunch of Wizards graphic novels. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really would love to get my hand on the Liliana book.
Oh yeah.
You can't get it. Somebody has it. Somebody in Delaware has a fucking just like a basement full of it, because I don't know what the issue. I tried to look it up and I just couldn't find it because I don't Google well. Maybe keywords I'm not looking for. Well, either way, whatever I found out, they were supposed to come out with a book. It was already written, but then they pulled it. They pulled the book. I tried to look up why, but it couldn't find anything. So I don't know. But the book is made. It's out, but it just before the release date, it got pulled off the shelves. Yeah, so they were like, nah, I don't know what happened. I wanted to really read the book because it's all the backstory of Lily. So it's everything that's about her. Because everybody got one, basically, other than Guru. Because Chandra got one, Jace got one, and then she got one. And then I think they just stopped. Oh, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, that Shards one. The Shards,
Did they make that a web comic or something too?
No, that was like there's a graphic novel, or not a graphic novel. There's a book for it.
Because that explains Sarkhan Vol.
Does it?
Yeah, it explains how Sarkhan Vol his mind got shattered and like kind of warped. So he planeswalked away from Alara, to Alara, or something like that, and Johnny found him, and Nicobolas was messing with him. So that's how he became, the Mad One. But that, of course, if I can recall, I thought that's how Johnny lost his eye, though, is he was fighting Nicobolas.
No, I think it happened before that.
But, okay, but am I right, though? He was, like, fighting him, like, almost one-on-one.
That was at I didn't get to read it. I only got to read the beginning of it, because the beginning of the book, it's all about a Johnny. Like, he's talking about, this is before his spark. So, Yeah, he's just a normal dude, man. Just hangs out, have a beer on Tuesdays, go get wings on Thursdays.
Well, you know what? We should talk about that next time. A little bit more of the lore about
Maybe
that
we
stuff.
could.
Unspoken
We could.
facts. Like, for
We'd have
example,
to do a research.
well, that too, and then we could just,
Oh, wiki.
yeah. Well, nonetheless, like me, some people would like to know who the dead sister is of Sigarda and all of them. There
Dead
was
sister of Sigarda.
Yeah, so what a lot of people don't know, there's a fourth angel sister. So there's Gisela, Sigarda, and Bruna. And Avison killed the fourth sister because she was alliancing with devils and demons.
What?
So Avison killed her back kind of early when she was made by Soren. Because Avison
Where'd
was.
you hear this?
This is the story of, like, in magic or whatever.
An Innistrad?
Yep, in Innistrad.
Was there an Innistrad book?
I don't know about book, but that's the lore for the plane. Because I was interested in Avison's backstory with Soren. Because Soren's super old. He's one of
Yeah,
the
that
oldest
bitch is
planeswalkers.
mean.
And he made Avison.
Avison?
He created Avison.
Is that how you pronounce it, or Avison?
Avison, whatever. But people think she was a line, the color pie of white-black. So in the Commander Legends, people want to see, because they're supposed to have some new card stuff, they would love to see a print of the fourth dead sister. And
Dude,
that'd
you're
be
on
cool.
4chan way too much.
I'm not on 4chan.
What are you on?
Well, I like 4chan for other reasons. I won't say
Oh,
the
God.
adult section out loud.
Moving on.
No, it's wikis and everything. MTG has its own story wiki and everything like that, where they post credible sources on that type of stuff. Whatever. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week with some more stuff that, Alex won't judge me on and be a poophead about it.
Wait, are we leaving?
We're at the hour mark, baby.
Oh.
I bet these
shit.
people would love to keep listening to us rambling on about buttholes and shit, but I gotta go poop. I got things to do.
All right, man. Maybe just wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Thanks, guys, for listening.
Yep.
We really appreciate you, and we'll be back next week with some more juicy, good talk.
All right.
Take care.
See ya.